Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are rolling. This weekend we have Floyd Money Mayweather v. The Terminator, Conor McGregor. And he looks at Floyd this very moment and says, Floyd Mayweather, dead or alive, your zero's coming with me. Well, I don't personally think so. I don't think he's taking Floyd's zero this weekend. But I think Floyd is taking Conor McGregor's zero in boxing this weekend. Don't forget, Conor McGregor is undefeated in a boxing ring. You know, people think on now. That guy, if he retires now as a boxer before Saturday, is an undefeated boxer. Like me. I know I've been very harsh on this fight, but people have paid a lot of money to see this event. So for those that work hard and in their daily lives and have decided to pay for this event, I hope it is a spectacular fight and occasion for you this weekend. That is my hope. Some people are very harsh on Floyd Mayweather fans, but they're people like me and you. So when they work hard, let's hope their hard work cash results in a splendid fight. And I can hear a plane flying over my roof. Maybe that's Conor McGregor on his way to Vegas now. Well, not really. Let's get this out the way first of all. How will this do on pay-per-view? And then I'm going to talk about the fight, break it down. Conor McGregor v Floyd Mayweather will be one of the biggest fights of all time on pay-per-view. Will it be the biggest? I don't think so. Number one, you have to realise, 5 years ago, if the general public was asked this question on the streets everywhere, who they most wanted Floyd Mayweather to fight at that particular time, everybody would unanimously say Manny Pacquiao. 5 years on, before May 2nd, if you asked people on the streets, again this is half a decade later, who they want Floyd Mayweather to fight, they would say Manny Pacquiao. Everybody, cats and dogs, crocodiles, gerbils, iguanas, lions, tigers, you and me wanted to see that fight. It was our dream matchup, wasn't it? When all's said and done, the boxing purists loved the fact that it was announced eventually. The casuals bought into it. I seen kids in the UK the night before that fight, for the first time in years, toy fighting on the street, pretending to be boxers. I hadn't seen that for years, not since the Mike Tyson era. Or when maybe Oscar De La Hoya was at his peak. You used to see clips like that in the American media. But there is not as many people on board, I think, for Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. Let's face it, Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather have done a masterful job selling this to us. They have convinced their buyers about this. Why? Because Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor too are fantastic salespeople. But let's forget this fight was ever announced. Let's forget Floyd never mentioned Conor McGregor on Showtime Boxing, and Conor McGregor talked about Floyd in numerous interviews. Let's forget that Conor McGregor even come into sports. If you walk round the streets after Manny Pacquiao was defeated by Floyd Mayweather and ask the general public who they would want to see Floyd Mayweather fight next, who would say Conor McGregor? Who would say, this is a better example, oh, I'd like to see him take on a UFC fighter? I don't think they would. I don't think If Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor wouldn't have put this seed in our minds, we'd have demanded this fight. But we demanded Pacquiao Mayweather, didn't we? We got it in the end, whether you think it was too late or whatever. It happened, and it was a crossover event. And as I said, casuals bought into it. UFC fans, everyone, boxing purists, everybody wanted to see this fight. But with this, I don't think the boxing purists are quite as enthusiastic. I don't think some purist UFC fans are that enthusiastic. You've got some casuals, you've got some, and I mean some, of Floyd Mayweather's fans. Others are not quite convinced that this is worth $100. Now, no matter what the result, this is the thing. Manny Pacquiao was seen as the ultimate Floyd Mayweather nemesis at the time when Floyd Mayweather beat him. So even if you'd have said to Floyd Mayweather fans that the fight would not be the most thrilling contest in the world, but your man would win, they would buy it just to see Manny Pacquiao defeated by their boy Floyd Mayweather. Now, if you say $100 and Floyd gets a win over Conor McGregor, it doesn't have quite the same ring to it, does it? Conor McGregor just is not Floyd Mayweather's nemesis, or not even in the stratosphere. So I believe ultimately this will play a major key, and the pay-per-view audiences will buy in great numbers. I'm predicting 3 million plus, but not near 5 million. Because the numbers are still coming in for Mayweather Pacquiao. At one point it was announced that it sold 4.4 million. Now it's 4.6 million. Before it's all calculated, and these things takes time, it could be 4.8. So Conor McGregor and Mayweather really effectively have to sell 5 million. Now people are saying there's a big Irish contingent, but Manny Pacquiao has all of the Philippines behind him, and his fights are sold on pay-per-view. So the Mayweather fight was on pay-per-view. Plus, Manny Pacquiao is huge in China. He's got an audience that Conor McGregor could only dream of. And can you honestly say, if Conor McGregor goes to Australia to fight someone in the UFC, that he's going to sell 52,000 tickets in a stadium? I don't think so. See, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, they were the Messi and Ronaldo of boxing. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, apart from Messi and Ronaldo, were the biggest sports stars on earth. Floyd Mayweather may still be the biggest name of them all in boxing or in combat sports, but I don't think Conor McGregor is. So I'm also hearing people, shall we say, Saturday night tell me they're going to a bar or a pub in Manchester that are especially opening up to play this fight, and they're going to watch it there. They're not going to book it on, shall we say, Sky Sports box office. Now, these same people booked Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. They were scared that the pub would turn them away because they were full. So they made sure they got on their telephones or their remotes and booked that fight. But again, I don't sense quite the same enthusiasm. If people can sort of watch this in a bar or for free or at a friend who has booked the fight, I think they're going to take that option. Will you lose pay-per-view numbers that way? I'll probably watch it at a friend's this weekend. And very generous of him, I won't be charged a penny for it. But Maypac, I paid for that fight. Yes, I did. I did not want to miss it. You told me it's a boring fight or not. I just wanted to see them two get in the ring. It was a crossover event. I'm glad it happened. I am, even though it wasn't the most spectacular fight in the world. I'm glad I got to see two of the best fighters in history step in the ring. The 8 Division World Champion and a man who is perceived to be unbeatable. But will I be, after Saturday night, be sat there thinking, I'm glad I actually did see these two people in the ring together, Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather? No, I don't think so. Because the UFC, you can be on top of the world for a few years and then you're gone. But Pacquiao and Mayweather were around for, 18 years at the top. Says it all, really. On to the fight itself. As I said, I hope it's a good fight for you. I'm going to have to judge Conor McGregor because I've never seen him as a boxer. Never. I've seen sparring clips, but I'm sort of going to ignore them for the purpose of this breakdown. I'm going to have to imagine that Conor McGregor is another boxer, or another southpaw specifically, right? First of all, if he chooses to fight orthodox, because I'm being told by people who are Conor McGregor fans, he's expeditious. In other words, he can use both right and left hands in great and equal measures, right? I don't see how, from an orthodox standpoint, that Conor McGregor will have the hand speed as a boxer to ruffle Floyd's feathers and get through Floyd's shoulder roll stance. Not only that, you have to understand, Floyd Mayweather only stops against the ropes for sporadic periods in a fight. Can Conor McGregor come up with the correct boxing footwork to cut off the ring and make this, well, a street fight? A boxing's version of a street fight, similar to what Chino Madonna did. If he can do that, that's only half of the problem, because now I'm starting to think of the UFC fighter. Is he great on the inside, Conor McGregor? In a boxing sense, we don't know this. I'm doubting it, to be honest. I did see flaws in the sparring session. And we have to say, the sparring session specifically with Paulie Malignaggi was rather telling. Paulie Malignaggi was not fighting Paulie Malignaggi's style. He was trying to imitate Floyd Mayweather and not doing the best job of it. Well, then Conor McGregor is going to have success against a man that is doing something that he's not accustomed to. Maybe if Paulie Malignaggi boxed as Paulie Malignaggi, it may have been a different story in them clips. We still haven't seen the whole footage. But Floyd Mayweather does that stance and shoulder roll as natural as Muhammad Ali through combinations. He's just that adept at it, right? Conor McGregor will not land that huge left hand that he landed on Malignaggi against Mayweather, because Malignaggi didn't attempt with his head or his body to roll the shot. Floyd Mayweather will. So at best, Conor McGregor there may get a glancing blow if he's lucky. But what comes as soon as Conor McGregor, from a southpaw situation, throws that left hand, the minute he stops, the Achilles heel for a southpaw comes, the right hand. And Floyd Mayweather is a magnificent, accurate puncher with his right hand, and it's fast. These are the fastest hands that Conor McGregor will ever have seen. They're the fastest hands that many professional boxers have ever seen. Right? So that's part of the issue. So we're presuming, or I'm trying to presume for you right now, that Conor McGregor can cut a ring off, Triple G style, Marcus Madonna style, in a boxing ring, but I have no evidence of that. Then UFC fans have continually told me that Conor McGregor is a fantastic counterpuncher. You don't have any chance in pressing the judges against Floyd Mayweather without volume, aggression and activity. Conor McGregor is going to have to put his youth on Floyd Mayweather. He's going to have to make an older fighter not be able to fight at a comfortable pace. He's got to remind Floyd Mayweather that you are nearly 41 years of age. Now, Floyd Mayweather referred to Jeff Horn, Manny Pacquiao. Arguably, Jeff Horn still lost. But Jeff Horn has 16 professional pro wins. He's a quarter finalist in the Olympics. He has a pedigree behind him. And Jeff Horn, with him being a boxer, has an idea that Manny Pacquiao is 38. So with volume, pressure and activity and stamina, he attempted to make the older fighter look his age. And to a point, was holding his own in there. But I'm failing to see Conor McGregor being able to do this blueprint. The Jeff Horn blueprint, the Sean Porter blueprint, the Errol Spence blueprint, the Marcus Maidana blueprint. Can Conor McGregor borrow those blueprints for one night? No. He may start that way, but here's the thing. When Floyd lands the right hand, Mike Tyson said it best. We all have a plan until we get hit. The worry in this fight also is that Conor McGregor may get stung so badly he reverts back to type and does something not within the boxing rules. That could result in disqualification. Right? But presuming that he manages to hold his own and keep his composure as a boxer on the night, I seen Conor McGregor's head and chin left out to dry in those sparring sessions. That's the sort of thing Floyd Mayweather loves. All the guys that have gone the distance with Floyd Mayweather, when he's thrown that right hand, they've been able to anticipate and tense themselves while the shot is landing. And when you can tense your body, you could absorb the punishment a lot better. There were times Floyd Mayweather landed on Manny Pacquiao, and Manny was moving his head sort of away from the shot, just as it sort of grazed him. So, although Manny Pacquiao is known as an aggressive fighter, he still does certain things well defensively, because when all's said and done, he's a boxer. Same with Marcus Maidana. He was really biting in that gum shield, tensing himself when Floyd Mayweather was hitting him. It looked like it was flush, it looked like it was clean, and it was. But these veterans have a way to absorb the punishment, whether it's Maidana, Pacquiao, Cotto, Ricky Hatton, you name. And how did Ricky Hatton get stopped? He threw a wide shot, which is, a sign of fatigue in a fighter when they start doing that. I could see Conor McGregor throwing some wide shots, but Ricky threw a wide shot. Rio left himself open in the 10th round. His chin was right up in the air, and Floyd caught him with what he calls the check left hook. And Hatton went into the turnbuckle, and it was more or less over from there. But it took Ricky a moment, because he was taking other shots in that fight, Hatton, but he was tensing himself. Watch the tape. These are tricks that Conor McGregor does not have. It takes years of experience and practice to embed these things. So I'm struggling. I said at the beginning of this video, I'm going to try and think of Conor McGregor as a boxer, a regular boxer. But from what I'm seeing, I'm struggling. that chin that Hatton left out to dry and come in with a wild shot, shall we say, or a wild swing, Conor McGregor may do that from the second or third round on. Because Floyd may make him fight a fast pace. Does Conor McGregor have the stamina that boxers have in a boxing ring? It's a mystery, but I doubt he does. I will say this. If you've got any spare money hanging around, you never know. Conor McGregor may turn out to be the ultimate genius in sport and pull this off. So put a little bit of spare change on Conor McGregor. But please, do not bet the bank on Conor McGregor. Right? So from the southpaw stance, I can't see footwork that'll cut off the ring. I then can't see a real inside game. I then can't see massive volume and punches coming from all angles because Conor McGregor by nature is a counterpuncher. And watch the last fight he had with Diaz. When he fell in trouble, Conor McGregor, he was the guy surviving, running round the ring, waiting for the clock to stop. So I don't see this great engine that people are talking about. If he wins at all, he's got to do it really early. I'm talking the first 2 or 3 rounds. Right? But everybody's saying that the strange stance of Conor McGregor, that look of awkwardness from him, will give Floyd problems. And because it will be alien to Floyd, because he won't give him natural boxing looks in the ring, or stances, shall we say. But Conor McGregor's not used to seeing Floyd Mayweather's stance. You don't get that with UFC fighters. Do people not think that this is not going to be awkward for Conor McGregor? It will be the most awkward experience of his life. And whenever he throws and stops for a second, he'll be countered. And the way he guards himself with that chin up in the air. And there's another thing. If he uses the UFC stance, and I don't know a lot about the UFC, but it does seem to me that they kind of keep their chest out wide and their stomach is sort of more exposed than a boxer's one. Floyd may take the air out of the tyres early with body shots. Right? Ultimately, I see Conor McGregor trying, being tagged, going back to his type, Floyd breaking him down. Not concussively, because I still think by nature Floyd will be defensive. He can't do anything else now. It's so ingrained in him, it's untrue. But Conor McGregor trying to really walk and hit Floyd down will get tired and will get exposed. And the gaps will be there for all to see, and Floyd will take advantage. Might take a bit of a round or two for Floyd to get his range because of ring rust, right? It's 2 years out. If Conor was ever going to win, it'd be now. But I still don't see that happening. Eventually, Conor will tire, and a bit similar to Muhammad Ali, George Foreman. When Muhammad Ali kind of hit him with a grazing shot, it wasn't the biggest punch in the world, but George Foreman went down and exhaustion meant he couldn't raise from the canvas again, and he was counted out. That's how I see this ending. So, from a textbook point of view, Floyd Mayweather has this, right? I've mentioned points about can Conor McGregor exploit this, can Conor McGregor do that, and I've concluded no on every single point. Can Floyd Mayweather tag Conor McGregor when his chin's in the air like it was in the Malignaggi tapes? Yes, he can. Can Floyd Mayweather outthink Conor McGregor in a boxing ring? Yes, he can, because he's been able to outthink some of the best fighters of this time. Boxers, I mean. Can Floyd Mayweather slow Conor McGregor down if Conor McGregor's going to be fast with body shots? Yes, he can. In the Marcus Maidana fight, Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather did not adjust at all. The fire in Maidana went out when he got tired. Then Floyd came on and got back into the fight. How? Little subtle shots to the body. It's like putting money in the bank. Later down the road, it pays off with interest. Right? Can Floyd Mayweather be quicker in terms of hand speed and foot speed to Conor McGregor? Yes, he can. Can Floyd Mayweather, using either the high guard, the shoulder roll, fend off Conor McGregor's attacks? I think he can. Yes. See, I'm ticking every box yes for Floyd and every box no for Conor. If Floyd decides to go with a combination onslaught on Conor McGregor, left and right hands, Joe Calzaghe style, can Conor McGregor defend that off? He could move, but if he's exhausted and can't move, no, he can't. I don't think so. So I see Floyd Mayweather stopping Conor McGregor around 6 to 7 rounds. There may even be a scenario where he's pulled out on his stool. Johnny Nelson of Sky Sports is predicting that, apparently. Right? So, miracles can happen. I'm not saying anything different. But that's what we're asking for. That is what we're asking for. Who do I want to win? Well, I'm a boxing fan. So I want Floyd to win it. And I want Floyd to show that Conor McGregor doesn't belong there. It would be better for me if Floyd did this in 3 rounds. Just completely annihilated him. Because the other way around, when James Toney went to the UFC, he was annihilated very early. I want to see the same from Floyd Mayweather. Because many people claim Floyd to be the greatest fighter of this current era in boxing. I don't think it looks healthy if the greatest fighter of this generation goes 12 rounds with a UFC fighter on his boxing debut. That's just never happened before. There's been people come out of the Olympics and gone on to fight professionals on their debut and lost. They've lost. Lomachenko is the only man I know that's won world titles in 2 weight classes in just 8 fights. But you have to remember, he's got perhaps the greatest amateur record of them all. That helps. Trust me. That helps. People laugh at Olympians, but it's experience. You're finding out your trade. It's like going to university, isn't it? You learn how to defend. You learn how to tense when a shot's coming your way. If you can't defend it, you learn how to take it. Right? You learn how to plant shots. You know how to jab. It's all there. You develop ring IQ. You develop sensory acuity. The ability to adjust. Because when you are then professional, you see things, even though it's slightly different, that are slightly similar. And you can draw on that experience. Conor McGregor cannot. Floyd Mayweather is spot on when he says it will be a victory for Conor McGregor if he can get through 12 rounds. If Conor McGregor does not even land a punch, but somehow manages to wriggle around, avoid Floyd's attacks, and see the final bell, that's a win for Conor. That's a win for Conor McGregor. and dare I say, a moral loss for Floyd. It's not a loss in terms of the Queensberry rules, but everybody will say, do you remember the time when Floyd Mayweather fought Conor McGregor and just about beat him over 12 rounds? Because casuals don't break fights down like boxing purists. Somebody, I can't remember, said it during the Canelo fight in the 12th round. The bell rang, and this guy said, well, Canelo didn't do that bad. And I looked at him as though he had 4 television sets on his head. To me, Canelo won 1 round. This guy said, oh, it was a close fight because it went the distance. See, this is how people think. But, you see, Canelo was expected to do more. Conor McGregor really is not. So, if he goes them 12 rounds, it's a win for Conor McGregor. Because I'm saying Conor McGregor goes out in 6 or 7. If he survives the whole lot, it's not a win in the Queensberry rules. But since when, during this event and this build-up, have the rules mattered? Conor McGregor will then know, I'm a better fighter than you. You can't beat me. You can't knock me out in your own element. It will be a win, and it will come across as a win for Conor McGregor. So I'm hoping Floyd does the business for boxing. And I think you should too, because how does that make boxing look if the so-called best fighter has just gone 12 rounds with a novice? And people say, well, it could have been the genius of Conor McGregor. Let me tell you something. If Conor McGregor gets through this somehow, he is not going much further, because there are more dangerous fighters than Floyd Mayweather. He may be the best tactical, the most witty, the most awkward fighter of them. But there are people like Canelo and Triple G that hit very, very hard. So if Conor McGregor was to fight one of them, he's going 2 rounds. I'm predicting 6 or 7 v Floyd. Being the best fighter of your generation does not always mean that you're physically the toughest test for other guys out there. Because 1, 2, 3 and 4 may hit harder than you, may fight at a faster pace than you, and it's down to styles. So Conor beats Floyd Mayweather. Castillo possibly beat Floyd Mayweather in that first fight. Doesn't mean he was going to go on and be Hall of Famers galore. It just didn't happen. So Conor McGregor needs to put his youth and hope that Floyd has aged so badly. He's got to hope that Floyd looks older than the Mona Lisa come fight night. But I just can't see that happening. I've got Floyd Mayweather in this fight. And I hope you all enjoy it. Know what you're in for, though. You must know what you're in for. Because I could see a lot of disappointed faces come Saturday night. This is not classed in the record books as an exhibition. But it is. Make no mistake about it. So, Floyd Money Mayweather to win. This is Champions of Champions Boxing Talk. The UFC v boxing. Well, the UFC has to box v boxing. And I'm out.